Hi everyone, welcome back to Math by TV. In today's lesson, we're learning how to solve two-step equations step by step. Students often know what operation to do, but not why they're doing it. Today, I'll show you how equations work and how to isolate the variable using inverse operations. Let's get started. As you can see here, we have 2x plus 5 equals 17. We want to get the variable by itself. To do that, we undo operations in reverse order. And since we're adding 5, we need to subtract 5. So let's go ahead and write that down here. So we're adding 5, we'll have to subtract 5. So subtract 5. And since we're multiplying by 2, we need to divide by 2. So since we're multiplying by 2, we need to divide by 2. All right, and so now these are called inverse operations. Addition is undone by subtraction. Multiplication is undone by division. Notice that we do not solve yet. First, we identify what operations are happening to the variable. All right, so let's go ahead and work this problem out step by step. So again, we have this 2x plus 5 equals 17. And so in order to solve for the variable x, we need to undo the addition by subtracting 5 to both sides. So subtract 5 from the left and from the right. So notice the plus 5 minus 5 cancel out is simply 0. We have 2x equals 5 from 17 is 12. Now we need to undo multiplication by dividing. So we have to divide by 2 on both sides here. All right, and so notice the 2's cancel out. We're left with x equals 12 divided by 2, which is 6. And that's the final answer. All right, and one other thing I would like to point out is that we subtracted 5 from both sides to keep the equation balanced, and we've also divided by 2 on both sides to keep the equation balanced. Okay, so now I will also say this, that students sometimes divide by 2 first, but we undo operations in reverse order using order of operations backwards. So let's go ahead and move on to problem number 2. We have 3x minus 8 equals 13. We have to undo subtraction by adding. All right, so we'll go ahead and undo the minus 8 by adding 8 here on both sides. All right, and so we are left with 3x. The negative 8, positive 8 cancel out. Bring down your equal sign, and 13 plus 8 is 21. All right, so we're multiplying by 3, so we have to undo multiplication by dividing by 3. And so we see here that x equals 21 divided by 3, which is 7. So x equals 7 is the final answer here. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to problem number 3. Here we have x divided by 4 plus 7 equals 12. We have to undo the addition by subtracting 7 from both sides. We have x divided by 4, positive 7 minus 7 cancel out. Taking 7 from 12 equals 5. Notice here that we have to undo the division by multiplying. So we're going to multiply by 4 on both sides. All right, and so you can look at this as being written as 4 over 1, right? And notice that the 4's will cancel out, and you're left with x. So that's what we're doing here. So the 4's cancel out, and we're left with x on the left side equals 5 times 4, which is 20. X equals 20 is your final answer. So let's move on to problem number 4, the last problem here. We have 5 minus 2x equals 11. So this one looks a little different, but the same rules apply, right? So we're adding 5, right? So we have to undo addition by subtracting 5. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so on the left, we are left with negative 2x because the 5 minus 5 cancel out. It's just simply 0. Negative 2x equals 11 minus 5 is 6. Okay, so notice that we are multiplying by negative 2. So that means we have to take the inverse operation, which is to divide by negative 2. So dividing by negative 2. And we see here that the negative 2's cancel out. We're left with x equals 6 divided by negative 2, which is negative 3. And that's the final answer. Okay, so as far as checking your answer, always plug your answer back into the original equation as well. So for instance, we'll do that with this last problem here with the original equation, 5 minus 2x equals 11. Well, we have x equals negative 3, so we'll just place negative 3 in place of x there. So let's go ahead and do that. We have 5 minus 2 times negative 3, and that equals 11. All right, and so notice that we have negative 2 times negative 3. So a negative times a negative is a positive. So negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. So that is 5 plus 6 equals 11. And 5 plus 6 does indeed equal 11. So our answer checks out. And one common mistake is only performing an operation on one side of the equation. But remember, whatever you do to one side, you must also do to the other side. So think of solving equations like untangling a knot. You undo the operations one step at a time until the variable is by itself. So nice work today. Now you know how to solve two-step equations step by step using inverse operations. Keep practicing and stay tuned for more calm, clear math lessons right here on Math by TV.